Squirrel Buster Standard represents the new standard for feeding birds and busting squirrels. It has stainless steel perches for perching birds and a metal mesh shroud with plenty of natural grips for nuthatches and woodpeckers. It also sets the standard for durability with sturdy replaceable parts and a squirrel-proof, weatherproof seed tray that'll withstand years of outdoor and animal stresses. The standard is easy to fill. Swivel the hanger to unhook it, pour the seed into the wide tube and put it back together. Done!
So you've disassembled your Squirrel Buster Plus and now you have no idea how to put it back together. Let me show you how. We'll start with the hub assembly. Let's find the yellow marking right here and then find the same yellow on the center post assembly. We have to match the two. There is a hole for it in the shroud. Let's put this. Now it's time for the wing nut. Put it on loosely. Put on the skirt. Now match the yellow on the tube with the yellow inside. Locate the yellow dot on the front of the feeder and align one of the indents with that yellow dot. Now push the cover on and turn clockwise. Make sure that the cover is on properly. And now let's install the perches and the cardinal ring. Make sure you don't put it upside down like this. The tabs have to be facing down. So let's slide it over. Holding it with one hand, align the opposite perches. And there you go, your Squirrel Buster Plus is ready for action.
Well, if you've ever had a bird feeder, you know it can be a great way to get a little bit of a closer view at your feathered friends. But you also probably know, if you've had one for any amount of time, that a bird feeder can very quickly become a squirrel feeder, which would be great if you wanted to feed squirrels, but seeing as you bought a bird feeder and not a squirrel feeder, I'm guessing that's probably not what you want to do. So how can you deal with this problem? Well, today we're going to be looking at a bird feeder that promises to be squirrel resistant. And that is the Perky-Pet Squirrel-Be-Gone 2. And the guys at Perky-Pet were awesome enough to send us one of these things to look at and review for you guys. So let's take a look at it. Right off the bat, I really like how this thing looks. I mean, it's just something that, you know, I would like to see in my backyard or my porch or deck. Some of these anti-squirrel bird feeders are kind of ugly looking actually, but this one is great, and it actually comes in a couple different styles. I believe this one's called the country style. But either way, you get all metal construction with this really nice finish on the metal, and then this corrugated metal roof, which looks really nice, like something you'd see on an old shack on a winding country lane somewhere back a long time ago. So at any rate, it looks really nice, and it also has a few really nice features. This feeder can be hung from a mounting hook, as you can see right here, or it also comes with an attachment to mount it on a pole, if that's the kind of setup that you'd prefer. The entire top of this bird feeder comes off after you remove the hanger by simply pushing in on it. Then you just give this bird right here a twist and the roof pops right off, allowing you to fill it with seed. It holds about 12 pounds of it, and clean it when it comes time to do that. Inside the Squirrel-Be-Gone 2 has a slanted floor, which causes the seed to naturally flow down toward the opening in front, and it also has these nice windows on the front, which serve two purposes. First, they look really nice, but they're also functional in the sense that you can see through them and see how much seed is left inside.
For sheer effectiveness and entertainment, it's hard to beat the Yankee Flipper. It's simply the most fun and exciting bird feeder ever made, and the hottest selling bird feeder on the market. This award-winning feeder is indisputably the state-of-the-art in squirrel-proof bird feeders. Constructed to Droll Yankee standards and beautifully designed to attract a variety of birds, the flipper, like each member of the Yankee family, holds a lot of seed, a full 5 pounds. This means it has to be filled less often. And it's been specially designed to make it completely squirrel-proof. How often have you seen a squirrel shinny down to the seed? Not with the Droll Yankee Squirrel-proof feeder, measuring 4 3/4 inches in diameter, and it's too long, 21 inches from top to feeder port, for a squirrel to hang down and reach the seed. Powder-coated in classic forest green, the zinc die-cast top, base, and ports are strong and durable, built to last a lifetime. The top is deliberately made snug-fitting. The strongest squirrel can't pry it open.
I was just gonna try that.
The hanging wire is stainless steel and can't be chewed.
Yeah, phooey. They thought of that too. Yeah, you
And won't rust. And the feeder will stay beautiful. The polycarbonate seed tube won't yellow with age. The unique Droll Yankees interior seed flow design allows seed to flow freely to the seed ports, and the 4 seed ports provide optimum feeding for the birds. 4 is the perfect number. It gives the birds enough space so they are comfortable feeding at the same time. The Yankee Flipper's weight-activated perch is what makes this feeder so special. It is powered by a long-lasting rechargeable NiCad battery. The perch is perfectly calibrated to support the weight of several songbirds, but squirrels, watch out.
Whoa!
It will always harmlessly spin any squirrel off the feeder.
Feeding birds is fun. It's easy. And all you need to do is follow the birding basics. Birds find their food everywhere in the great outdoors. The food you put out for wild songbirds will help supplement their natural food sources. And it can bring your family the fun and excitement that comes from watching and listening to the birds that discover your feeder. There are 3 simple things to keep in mind when feeding birds. 1. Use the right kind of seed or food. 2. Provide a source of water for drinking and bathing. 3. Place your feeder in the right location. So let's start with what to feed your birds. Putting out a variety of seed and food will attract a wider variety of birds. There are many kinds of bird food available, including mixed seed or blends, Niger or thistle seed, and specialty seeds like black oil sunflower. Wild birds are also attracted to peanuts, nuts, and dried fruits. Black oil sunflower appeals to the greatest number of birds, including cardinals, house finches, and chickadees. Finches will flock to finch mix or Niger or thistle seed. Suet is another kind of bird feed that attracts insect-eating birds such as woodpeckers, chickadees, nuthatches, and titmice. Fresh fruit sources are attractive to some species of birds. For example, orioles, waxwings, and mockingbirds prefer fruit such as grape jelly, raisins soaked in water, or orange slices. Bluebirds like to feast on live mealworms. There possibly is nothing more captivating than watching hummingbirds feed. Hummingbirds are drawn to bright flowers and any kind of feeder that can provide sugar water or nectar. It's easy to make your own nectar, 4 parts water to 1 part sugar. Just make sure you keep the solution fresh and your feeder clean. Have fun experimenting. Try different kinds of seed and different types of feeders to attract a wider variety of birds over time. Water is also important to attracting birds and keeping them coming back to your feeders. Birds prefer an easy-to-find water source for drinking and bathing that is in the open, away from predators. There are a variety of bird bath designs to choose from. Just make sure you keep the water clean and fresh. Where you locate your bird feeder is very important. Keep your feeder at least 5 feet off the ground to deter predators from getting to the birds. If you use a pole to mount a feeder, locate the pole at least 15 feet from any nearby tree or shrub and mount a baffle to discourage squirrels and raccoons from raiding your feeder. You can even set up a squirrel feeder to try to attract the furry critters to that food and help them resist the temptation of trying to get to your birdseed. If you hang your feeder from a tree limb, try a caged feeder to deter squirrels and undesirable large birds from taking seed from your songbirds. As for feeders, there are many types to choose from, including mesh and tube feeders for mixed seed, thistle or Niger, and black oil sunflower. There are ranch feeders of various sizes and styles that hold mixed seed of all kinds. There are many styles of suet feeders that hold suet cakes, bells, or suet balls. And there are specialty and ornamental feeders that hold both thistle and mixed seeds. And don't forget hummingbirds and orioles. There are special feeders that hold nectar for hummingbirds and fruit and jelly for orioles. Use the correct seed for your feeder of choice to increase your chance of attracting wild songbirds. Some other birding tips. Store your seed in a secure container in a cool, dry place. Overheating can destroy the nutrition and taste of seed, and damp seed can get moldy. Birds tend to visit feeders in early morning and later in the day. It shouldn't take songbirds very long at all to discover your feeders. Spread some extra seed on the ground to help attract birds to your yard. If you don't keep seed in your feeders on a regular basis, your birds will go somewhere else to find seed. Empty and clean your feeders at least twice a year with dish detergent and water. Rinse well and dry in the sun. Rake up spilled seed and hulls around your feeders to keep the area clean. Remember, select the seed and feeders that will attract the kind of birds you want to see feed in your yard. Place the feeder in a safe location that provides good viewing and also provide a source of fresh water. By following these birding basics, you and your family can sit back and enjoy a backyard full of beautiful songbirds.